holiday travel crush and what is expected to be the busiest season ever. A record number of people are expected to hit the roads and the skies over the weekend. The rush is already underway, and you're looking live at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, already packed as so many people make their trips. Let's begin with transportation correspondent Gio Benitez at George Bush International Airport in my hometown of Houston. Good morning, Gio.
This is your Houston, Michael. Good morning. And listen, it's been looking very, very good with very few disruptions or cancellations. This flight just landed here. It is a very busy morning here. This one's off to Newark later this morning, and that one over there is off to Cancun. So there's a lot happening just days ahead of Christmas. This morning, the travel rush for Christmas is far from over. As millions hit the skies before the weekend, the TSA is screening about 5 million people between Wednesday and Thursday. That number is sure to jump today for what is expected to be a record-breaking holiday period, the most travelers ever.
Last year we didn't even take off, so we were just glad to be able to get off on the first one and get out there.
Incredibly, the extreme weather in the West causing very few cancellations, but hundreds of delays.
So far from what I hear, it's very good, but never know. Weather's weather.
It's incredibly busy for the workers you can see, like flight attendants and pilots.
1347 taxi Romeo Bravo.
But United Airlines took GMA behind the scenes to its nerve center. When you think about last week versus today, what's the difference?
I would say mostly more customers, but also larger aircraft at certain gates that's not usually there. So we have aircraft that are much larger, say a super heavy or even a 757 at certain gates, so it's more customers, meaning it's longer pushback sometimes, or we have to do different coordinations as well.
They are doing such great work in that virtual ramp tower there. And you know that I'm always looking at those flight cancellations and delays for you. Right now, this morning, it is looking incredibly smooth. We aren't seeing very many of those cancellations or delays at all. But keep watching that weather. And if you can move your flight a little bit earlier, that's even better. That'll give you a chance to catch up to it and make sure that you don't get hit by that weather, Michael.
Yeah, that's right. Get out early if you can, Gio. And Gio, the federal government, they're taking a closer look at the frequent flyer plans, right?
Yeah, this is really important, Michael, because the Department of Transportation just announced this. They want to look at those loyalty programs because they want to make sure that they aren't deceptive or unfair. So they're going to be looking at those, and specifically those award tickets. Those are the ones that you book with miles. Those are the ones that you get with all those miles that you earn. They want to make sure that those policies are all transparent, Michael.
All right, Gio, thank you for letting us know what's going on in the skies. And now we're going to go to the roads. And Trevor Ault, who is at George Washington Bridge here in New York, with what you need to know to make your road trip as smooth as possible. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael, and you can already see some of the cars slowing down as they're heading into New York City this morning. This, according to AAA, the overwhelming majority of people who are traveling this holiday season, but 104 million Americans are going to be driving to their destination, and tomorrow is when it really gets kick-started, the 23rd of December, along with this coming Thursday, the 28th. Those are expected to be the two busiest days on the roads, along with next Saturday, December 30th. But really, across the board, if you're trying to avoid the congestion, you want to try to take off before lunchtime or after 7 p.m., although if you're going tomorrow morning, before 10 a.m. is going to be your best bet. If you're in the major metros, though, it's really going to be slow going no matter what, especially if you're in D.C., Denver, Minneapolis. Those areas and those large cities are going to have twice the normal commute as you would on a typical day. Of course, if you're always willing to travel closer to the holidays themselves, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, those will always have the lightest impact, and you could spend the least amount of time waiting in traffic on these holidays.
All about the timing. Okay, Trevor, thank you. And that storm we've been talking about